I'm Erin Lyall, a producer for CBS News.
I'm Elizabeth Palmer, correspondent for CBS News.
Rebels routinely use mortars to attack areas of Aleppo controlled by the government, as we discovered chatting with children near an army checkpoint.
Okay, let's go. Liz, let's go.
This one landed just a block away, but luckily no one was hurt.
I do it because it's fascinating, because it's adventurous, and I think that war zones are particularly interesting to me because all bets are off in war zones. Anything can happen, and when the rules are suspended, as they are, you see the very best and the very worst of humanity, and it's just endlessly interesting.
To be able to go where the story is happening is just an amazing thing, and these are stories that are impactful for everyone. I mean, this little conflict in Ukraine is impacting the entire U.S. relationship with Russia. It's impacting Europe. It's impacting the entire world. It could spiral into something bigger when we just don't know, and so it's important that we pay attention to these kinds of things, see what happens.
Here's the new front line in eastern Ukraine. Pro-Russian rebel fighters are pushing forward under heavy fire.
People often ask whether being female is an advantage or a disadvantage in this job. I would say on balance it's gender neutral. Sometimes being a girl is an advantage because wars are dominated by men, and so we have an extra tool in our toolkit, if you like.
Yeah, we go through a lot of checkpoints. I mean, we've already been through a couple today, and just when they open the door with their weapons out and you can smile and say morning, hi, it catches them a little bit off guard. They don't have to worry that we're separatists from Kiev here to make trouble. They generally believe us that we're journalists. We're here to do what we say we're doing.
Women are just generally less threatening, I think.
Absolutely.
And so our presence often diffuses a situation, which can be very useful, and also it reduces the danger for everybody.
You're among the 20% who stayed.
Why? In the Arab world, where women are often off limits to men, being a woman journalist or a woman producer is a huge advantage. We can go where men can't. We can go into the women's quarters, and that's where I often hear not only the most amazing stories, but that's when you sometimes hear the secrets that open windows onto a war that you would never otherwise be able to peek through.
The shelling this evening is not very heavy so far.
No, not yet.
Let's go.
But it doesn't take long. It's too dangerous to stay above ground.
Sarah, wake up. Come on.
We pick up our bedding and hurry to the relative safety of the basement.
And meet the women who are holding the fort. In war zones, the men do the fighting by and large, but the women are often enduring extraordinary hardship, just trying to keep some social fabric together, the families together, and it's a great privilege to be able to bond with them.
And it's an exciting job and an interesting, amazing job, but it's not a particularly glamorous job. We've been staying in a hotel in a town that's safe distance away from the fighting, where we've basically shared a bed. We haven't showered in the last 3 days. We're sort of sponge bathing our faces every morning, and that's about it. So I'm keeping this hat on, but it's always interesting. Always
you didn't
exciting.
mention the bullet hole through the window.
In the window of our hotel room.
Which had been fixed with packing tape.
At least it was there when we checked in instead of a new addition during our stay.
I managed to have a family while doing this job, but I've only been able to do it because I have a husband who is a saint and also a homebody, and he's been the rock for my family while I've done all this traveling. I owe him everything. Without him, I don't think I could have done it all, but I've been lucky enough to have had it all.